Got it.
Hi, Sherry. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I just wanted to let you know that the the updates didn't appear. I removed Ofish from my phone and reinstalled it from test flight, and it didn't look like those new changes were updated.
Yeah, it's funny. I just looked the other day because we had that call and you were talking about the crash. And I had a call with our developers. And so I was looking to make sure in the app store that your crash made it there so that they could debug it.
Mhm.
And it was made there. And I saw that there's only like a couple of weeks left because it expires every 90 days. And I wanted to so we couldn't get it published in the app store because of the bug, which still exists in the current version. We haven't fixed it yet, where you can't change your profile picture. And actually the developer Dimitri did actually fix it, sort of. He fixed it for when there's a picture already existing,
Mhm.
but it doesn't work when there isn't a picture already existing. So I could try to like do that and make sure that the login information that Apple has a picture on it so that they could like tap it and try it. And then get accepted hopefully into the app store.
Mhm.
And so I didn't want to like have to put in another test one and then get approved.
Yes.
So we'll see what we can do on that. Let me write that down.
Okay.
Put in, oops, an app store with credentials where the creds have a photo. All right. Okay. So it's like mostly fixed. But then
Okay. Great.
the not getting the photo was a realm bug,
Mhm.
which we have an old version because we're using the version from like 2 years ago. And
Okay.
Dimitri went to upgrade it and it was like, there were like 50 errors. And he's like, do you want me to fix those errors? And I was like, yes. So he's working on those. So we will get that.
Cool.
But I think we can get enough of the workaround going so
Yeah.
that people will get the real app.
Great, great. From what I've been seeing so far, it looks like that Huawei or whatever the Chinese version of Android, that's what a lot of them are using, and also Android. So it doesn't seem like we have that many iOS people in the Cocos.
Okay.
But I am worried about the whole if they do not have such good connectivity and they're going on a patrol and they're trying to log on initially and then just stay on for the entire period that they're out there. I hope that that's not going to be a stumbling block for them.
No, it's not going to be a problem at all because remember the whole point is that they're out on at sea. Like the reason that we use MongoDB and why it was like the perfect app for this is because you don't need connectivity. You only need connectivity when you log in.
Mhm.
And
Okay,
even if you like log out and you're at sea, when your phone gets to shore, it'll eventually send stuff. So
great, great.
yeah.
Yay, that's why we love MongoDB.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so let's see. The other thing that I wanted to say is I was creating a couple more new users
Yeah.
today. And before sending the list over to Golfin is the person who is the organizer that I've been talking to. The only one that doesn't seem to be working for me is the first Esteban Herrera one. And I can put his password and stuff in the chat just so that we can take a look and see what is up with that one.
Okay.
So it doesn't look like it's a space or anything like that. But when he gave me another Gmail account and that one seemed to be working.
Okay. Did you want to do that in like now or?
Well, if we could do it after the call. I just was thinking that after the call, I wouldn't mind sending him this list of new logins just so that he can make sure that everyone has what they need.
Okay. Let's see. All righty. All right. Well, let's go through what we have for updates
Okay.
first. So let's do this. Let me see. So let's share the screen, shall we?
Okay.
Allow while using the app. Yes, so I'm just making all the other windows. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to my Zoom. I'm sharing my screen. Android Studio. Here we go. So for Android, the changes are, let's see, we're going to go to, so let's change our status. Let's see. So we can go to a previous boarding. And one of the things that happened before was when we scrolled, the board vessel would go away. So that has not gone away. And then the other change that works is that if we go to vessel, if we go to, let me keep going, refill. So we go to activity, and we have other. Now we get a description. And so we could say, hey, their activity was like partying or whatever their activity was. Wasn't really partying. And then we can do like fishery, has anything with other now gets a description field.
Okay.
So we didn't have that before.
Great.
So the other can be like, oh, it's a lobster fishery, and that's not on the list, right? And same with like, you know, gear, right? Like we've got bottom trawl, right? Like, but what if we had like other, and you know, we used our hands. That's what we did. We just caught them with our bare hands like a bear. And you know, we can submit that, and then it also will show up in the boarding record. So so for example, if I let me do this. Let me go at not at sea. And so you have this, and you could see in the boarding that you have the activity is, you know, partying lobster and hands.
Oh, cool.
Oh, oops, wait. So now I can go not at sea, you know, I can log out, my drafts will be deleted. And there we go. And that is the iOS of it all, which is very exciting. Or that's the Android.
Great.
And then the only thing left on Android, which they're working on now, is the MPA stuff.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And so we already had the designs to see, you know, what does it look like, you know, with that. So that is good. So let me stop my share here. And then do I remember how to share here? I think I do. Okay. Webcast. Yep, I want that one. Phone to PC. Swipe up to control center. Perfect. Okay. Except, of course, I have to share the screen first. There's my desktop. So I'm going to share the whole desktop. Okay, and then I'm going to. Okay, can you see it says screen mirroring, stop mirroring?
Yes,
Perfect.
I do.
Okay, so you're on my iPhone now.
Cool.
I'm going to go to OFish, and I've already logged in. So let's see, iOS.
Okay.
So for right now on iOS, We actually have the location, latitude and longitude, the numbers at the bottom.
Mhm.
We're working on actually being able to tap and change it. The last build I looked at, you were able to tap and change it, but only the first time. So if I like went to vessel and then went back to basic information, I couldn't change anything.
Okay.
So they're fixing that, but that's kind of like halfway there.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, business. So if we have, last delivery date defaults to today, which is great. And then for the business, if I pick new business, you can see that we now have the keyboard comes up and it's blinking. So it's very clear that we have to type in a name here. Before it just went back to the screen and you had to tap into it. So that's nice. Let's see, vessel. Oh yeah, and then if we go to crew, we used to have the pencil to edit even when you first arrived, and now you don't have to. It's just right there. Another thing to note is that the keyboard now has this done at the top.
Mhm.
And that is true for both the numerical keyboard and the number keyboard. You can see there's a done here. There wasn't that before, and you'd have to go back. We also have the other description here, right? Of your, what did we do? Partying, and then we did like lobster, and then we did the gear type of other here, and we said what hands. Done. And so yeah, that is everything happening with iOS.
Cool.
Save. I guess we can submit it. And then again, I will log out, I'll go not Etsy here, and you can see that it has the date, the business, the activities show up properly, the numbers, everything's there.
That looks great.
So yeah, that's it.
Wow, that's awesome. Yay.
Yep. And we are all working on the NPA stuff.
Okay, that's great. So you were able to meet with the three of the folks, that Dimitri and I'm sorry, I don't actually know the names of the other two
Dimitri, Edward,
and
Mahabat.
Mahabat. Okay, cool. Mahabat.
Yes, he's a web developer and he's had some time off for a little bit, so he's coming back, but
cool.
Yeah, very exciting. And Edward, we're gonna stop the contract pretty soon with him.
Wow.
I'm gonna just check in with him today, but I think like this week I'm gonna give the 2 weeks.
So he is the web one?
Android.
No. Android.
Edward is Android, Dimitri is iOS, and Mahabat is web.
Okay, so Mahabat, we have to let him know that the buttons are still backwards on the green. The green is red and the red is green.
That's that's a charts thing.
A charts thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's, you mean like in the maps, right?
Yeah. And so let's see here. I think that was the only thing that I saw that was
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's since we do have some time, I do have a hard stop in 8 minutes.
That's okay, because I also do. So we can definitely stop. I wouldn't mind testing out the Teams thing to see how it is to share a screen and so forth, and decide like how we're going to divide and conquer for this training tomorrow. But I do have a presentation in Spanish that there's a link in that email that I sent you to that presentation. So you can take a look at it there. And I was going to just hook up my phone with QuickTime and walk through a boarding, and then leave 15 minutes at the end for a question and answer period, and try to like not have it exceed over an hour and a half, try to keep it within an hour, depending on what issues people are having. But
Okay.
it'll probably be an hour and a half just because of the translation not being simultaneous.
Yeah. Okay. So then the last thing, we probably stop the recording, but the last thing we
Okay.
can talk about is Esteban and getting that account working.
Okay. All right. I will stop this recording.